WinCC Felxible ensures the implementation of access protection mechanisms, making sure that only authorized persons have access to the panel within the bounds of their responsibility. Every user is allocated to a user group with defined functional rights within the system. These users must register with the system in runtime with a two-component authorization consisting of user ID, for example, name, and password. This prevents unauthorized users from doing things such as changing recipes or starting process steps without proper authorization, all in accordance with the strict stipulation that actions taken within the plant must be allocatable to specific persons. WinCC Felxible also fulfills the requirements and/or additional regulations regarding password aging to ensure that passwords are changed at regular intervals. Regarding password generation, so that the same passwords will not be used over and over again, and regarding the blocking of users by the administrator and the automatic logout due to longer periods of user inactivity. WinCC Felxible supports you completely as regards the fulfillment of requirements pertaining to access control. Operator actions, such as the entry of setpoint values, or the backing up and loading of recipes, can also be made traceable based on the additional prompt for an electronic signature and a comment, which of course also automatically become part of the audit trail. During the process, all GMP-relevant changes to variables and operator actions are recorded as audit trail in a CSV file. The audit trails registered in the project can easily be visualized using a viewer, making it possible to establish exactly who did what and when, and all with minimal configuration overhead. In addition, a checksum procedure is used to make sure that the data in the audit trail are free from manipulation. Once a plant has been put into operation and validated, changes in the configuration may become necessary when plant renovations or expansions take place. All changes in a configuration must be recorded and documented by means of reproducible version releases, particularly in the software. With WinCC Felxible Change Control, every type of configuration change can be recorded and versioned. A project version is a copy of a project which is stored in a fixed location by the version manager. Every project version documents a particular release of your project. You can fall back on an older release and compare releases with one another. Its use in machine construction or special machine construction is a good idea if you want to manage your projects well. For example, to document customer versions which have been delivered and document changes after the fact. In the case of contract jobs, tracking changes with change control can also serve as the basis for computing expenditures. The changelog documents all changes made in a project in a continuous table. The log contains the changed objects and object properties. Every project has its own changelog. As long as it is active, configuration changes are recorded. The Changed Objects table records each changed object on a separate line. The Changed Properties table lists the changed object properties in detail. Different project changes are combined into a single change. In the Changed Objects table, all configuration changes in the same object appear on the same line. In the associated Changed Properties table, all configuration changes to the same object properties appear on the same line.